Hi everyone, I hope that you're well and yeah, I suppose as well as can be expected at this time and that you enjoyed Monday's video on belly breathing. I feel that yeah, there was positive feedback from it, so I hope that you and your family enjoyed it and yeah, that it helped to bring a sense of calm and bring you out of your head and down into your body. So that technique can be done at any point that you need it, so you don't need to have the video at hand to do it. So you can just practice belly breathing at any point in your day when you feel a bit overwhelmed or stressed or irritated or whatever the emotion is, just come down into the body and out of the head. So I hope that was of use to you and will continue to be of use to you. So today we're going to be talking about taking things one day at a time. So we're all feeling, or many of us are feeling overwhelmed and, confused. I suppose we're, feeling a sense of loss for the life or the lives that we had or were living. So much has changed, So life as we know it is no longer the same. So we're feeling all of these emotions, maybe fear, anxiety, a sense of uncertainty and unknown. So there's a lot going on. And I suppose, a number of reasons why these emotions may be coming up is, of course, the fear of, what's actually going on out there that we're watching on the news every day, if you are watching the news. And then also, I suppose, all areas of our lives are being impacted by the current circumstance. So, our relationships. So we're at home with people and we're in each other's space all of the time. And then I suppose equally, other relationships are being tested in that we're not seeing our loved ones or our family or our friends or, so our relationships are really being tested and impacted at the moment. Our work is hugely impacted. So many people have no longer got work. So of course this can be very overwhelming and I suppose brings huge change to so many people's lives. And then those of us that are working, have huge adjustments to make, and we're living in a new reality of working from home, many of us, and trying to adjust to technology and all that comes with that. So our work life is hugely impacted. Our society as we know it, we can't do the things that we once did for now. And so I feel, a lot of our lives, are impacted. A lot of the areas or the elements of our lives are hugely impacted. So this brings challenge and brings emotions. And I suppose the first thing is to recognize that we will feel a number of challenging emotions, and to allow ourselves to feel that. And I suppose this concept of taking things one day at a time can help with that, in that I feel that a lot of the challenging emotions come from when we think about the future. So we think about, what will be, everything's so uncertain. How is it going to be? Can I make those payments? Will I have that relationship still? Or will, I suppose, will it be as it was? So, we're worrying about the future and thinking about the future. And then equally we may be thinking about the past. So, I loved how it was. I don't want it to change, So there's so much when, when there's such change like this. And I suppose this concept of taking things one day at a time, it's to try to leave the future to the future and just leave the past in the past. And what that means is just to try to be present today. So again, what does being present mean? So it means just to fully be here in whatever moment you're in today. So like a good way of practicing this is to be in nature. So nature is so still and it's ever evolving. All the seasons come and go and gradual change happens. Although like we we don't see that gradual change taking place every moment of every day. So it happens so slowly and gradually, yet it happens, like clockwork. And I suppose we're going through that change now, and we're always going through change, but I suppose this change is accelerated at the moment, and I suppose experienced by so many all at once. So by being in nature, it can help us to just be here and now. So not worrying about the future or not dwelling on what happened or didn't happen in the past. So just being here and right now. And how we can do that in nature is to connect to our senses. So if you're out for a walk or just sitting outside, or some of you watching may not even have the luxury of doing that depending on your circumstance. So to bring nature inside, even by opening a window if you can, or opening a door to allow the sounds and the freshness of nature to enter your home. So as I say, to tune into the senses. So when you're out, as I say, walking or sitting or whatever it is you're doing, to just tune into the senses by taking the first sense, so what you see. So for 10 breaths, like we did with the belly breathing, to really breathe in and focus on what you can see. And every time you begin to think about something else, which you will, that's okay, that's to be expected. That's what our mind does. Our mind thinks all the time. So we're not beating ourselves up when we notice that we've gone off to think about something else. We're just coming back to this moment again and what we can see. So it may be, the green fields, the trees, the streets, depending on where you are, any wildlife that's present, the colourful flowers, so cars passing by, whatever it is that you can see in that moment, and just focusing on that. Then tuning into the rest of the senses, so tuning into what you can hear. It may be a tractor, or the birds chirping, or the sound of a child playing or crying, or so just tuning into whatever you can hear in that moment, and taking 10 breaths to focus on what you can hear. Then tuning into what you can smell, so it may be the smell of freshly cut grass, or a farmer spreading manure, or it may be just anything else that's in the air, the smell of the different flowers or plants that are around. So tuning into what you can smell for 10 breaths. Then tuning in to what you can taste. So this one, typically when we're out in nature, we're not eating. So it's just that one taste that's in our mouth. So you can maybe just practice this for 5 breaths. And then finally tuning into what you can feel. So the feeling of the ground supporting your feet as you walk along, the feeling of your t-shirt or jumper on your skin, the feeling of the wind as it blows past you and touches your face. So just tuning into the senses and the here and now. So this is practicing mindfulness. So practicing mindfulness is being here in the present moment. So I very much had to do this today. It was interesting that I recorded the video one day at a time today, because I had some technical difficulties. So this is actually my second time recording this video, and I was starting to feel a bit overwhelmed and, a bit helpless. So I gifted myself the time to go out and be in nature and get a little walk in and practice, what I'm saying to you in this video. Tuning into my senses and being fully here. And, when you're in nature and when you're focusing on the senses, you're not thinking about what needs to be done or hasn't been done, or what, was or what, wasn't in the past. So you're not getting lost in the future and you're not getting lost in the past. You're just here in this moment. And here in this moment, when you're present, and when you're in nature, there is a sense of, okay, yeah, I can get through today. So having that attitude of, okay, I don't have to worry about how I'm going to get through next week or next month or next year. I just need to worry about how I can get through today. So, bringing this attitude of how can I get through today? How can I bring a bit more enjoyment into my day? How can I it may not even be enjoyment. How can I just survive today? What can I do to get through today, or even this hour, So this attitude of one day at a time just really helps to, I suppose break it down and give us one thing to do, just get through today, and then tomorrow we can deal with how we'll get through tomorrow. So as I say, how you can do that is to ask yourself, okay, how can I get through today? What is it that will help me enjoy today, or get through today? And then also the practicing mindfulness in nature, tuning into the senses, helps us to be here and not in the future or the past. So I hope that was of benefit to you. If you have any questions, please just put them in the comments below. And we will have another video on Monday. And just to say that these videos are brought to you by West Limerick Resources, as you're aware, under the SICAP programs, which is funded by PEIL. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next Monday. Take care.